Good evening and thanks for joining us. A former Johnstown neurologist on his way back to Cambria County nearly a decade after being indicted on federal charges and fleeing the country.
Authorities say Dr. William Acosta left the area and returned to his home in the Dominican Republic after he agreed to plead guilty. Maria Miller is here now with the details you will only see on 6 News.
Marty, Jen, this is a man authorities say not only defrauded insurance companies, but helped to create the prescription pill and heroin problem in the region. He escaped the country about 7 years ago, but it appears he's continued practicing medicine ever since. This is video of Dr. William Acosta in 1998 inside of his Johnstown office collecting food and supplies for the people of his hometown in the Dominican Republic after Hurricane George ravaged the area. It's the same place authorities say he escaped to after being indicted by a federal grand jury 6 years later for tax charges and healthcare fraud, particularly for billing patients and their insurance companies for services they say he never performed. When his office was searched and he was questioned in 2004, documents say Acosta claimed to have done nothing wrong, telling agents he was able to conduct high-level exams by simply looking at a patient and asking questions. He hired a Johnstown defense attorney and was about to plead guilty in 2006 when agents say he and his son took a flight to the Dominican Republic. And up until last month, it appears that's where he stayed, still practicing medicine in Santo Domingo. Here's his picture on the hospital website where he's listed as a neurologist. But back to Johnstown, local authorities say Acosta had created even bigger problems before he left.
Back in the late 1990s, mid-90s, in the early 2000s, I mean, we had an explosion of prescription pills. It took over our streets.
Detective Kevin Price helped investigate Acosta in 2001 and often references him for leading the prescription pill and heroin epidemic in the region. The Cambria County District Attorney wouldn't allow Price to talk with us on Wednesday, saying her office doesn't comment on cases they're not involved in. But just last year, Price testified that when Acosta fled the country, he left behind, quote, death and destruction, saying law enforcement didn't know how big the OxyContin problem was until one of the main sources was removed. Price told us in November that's when pills transformed into heroin.
Overnight, I mean, heroin was in every community in Cambria County. It was on every street throughout Cambria County.
Now, Acosta left the country before authorities were able to charge him with overprescribing. Tonight, I'm told he was picked up in Panama, and he's now being held in a facility somewhere in the state. We couldn't find him today, but we're told he'll appear in federal court early next week. Reporting live, Maria Miller, 6 News.